So that was a perfect scenario. We were able to access our gun safe out here in the broad daylight. We were able to see that keypad, punch in our code, open the safe, and get rounds downrange. No stress was on me whatsoever. It was a perfect scenario. Unfortunately, when it comes to defending ourselves in real life situations, they're not perfect scenarios. We're not going to be able to stand here and take our time and open this thing and remember that nice crisp combination in our mind and punch it in. It's going to be that moment when everything's going to be a little faster paced and it's going to be hard to remember things, and we might even be shaking a little bit, but I guarantee you will be. Nonetheless, gun storage is very important to us at Fuquay Gun. Children, uneducated children that don't know anything about firearms, getting hold of firearms, it's not a good scenario. So we need to have our guns stored just as safely as we can, period. Whether it's around children, whether it's just to keep a crook from coming in our house and stealing our guns. Guess what? We live in a society today. I'm not saying it's right, but we live in a society today. Man breaks in your house, takes your gun, goes down the road, does bad things. You can be found liable for the actions of your gun, even though it was stolen. It's crazy, but that's where we're at. We got to keep our guns stored safely, but also we got to keep them readily available if we need them. And that's such a fine line. You got to have them available if you need it, but it's got to be safe so others can't get a hold of it and do harm. My suggestion is you keep them locked up in a nice, readily accessible box like this, but make doggone sure, just as sure as you practice with your firearms, you need to be practicing with that box. You need to be opening it in the dark. You need to wake up in the middle of the night, to go use the bathroom and say, you know what, let me see if I can open my safe. You got to practice. Because if you can't open that thing in a hurry, your gun is useless. But at the same time, we can't leave our guns unsecured. We as gun owners have a responsibility to keep our guns secured away from minors. Every time you buy a gun from us, you sign something saying that. None of us want to see children get hurt with firearms. None of us want to see our guns stolen and go down the road and do bad things. So we got to keep them secure, but we got to keep them readily available. It's tough, but it's our responsibility, and we must bear it. Sorry to bring you such a serious video, but we really wanted to. Education. If you've got kids in your house and you think it's the right thing to do not to talk about guns, I'm going to call you wrong. You need to educate them about guns. Even if you don't like guns, you need to educate your children about guns, because guess what? They're going to come around a gun at some point, and you don't want curiosity to kill the cat. It's not a good scenario. Educate your children. Keep your guns locked up as safe as you absolutely positively can. Your carry gun needs to be on your person at all times. Thank you for watching our videos. I appreciate you. Give us some feedback here on what you think is secure storage of firearms. Y'all have a good one.